I have it.
No, you don't. This is an on angle. Common crosshair placement. This is the first place you're going to be looking when you come out after you've cleared CT. So the CT angle, he has that fight. He knows he's there.
I have it.
He knows TENZ was in this area before because he chased after him. So immediately crosshair placement's going to be right on this spot. Easy peasy kill. He should have been peeking this tighter and just holding for info, saying he crossed. And you fall back and you play timer. From there, he can just play off of his Cypher if he wants. Do not plant here if you have site control. This is Cypher's fault. Do not plant in default or the safest plant when you have site control. Let's go back and see where this mistake happened.
Go close enough.
One enemy remaining.
He could have planted in the harbor smoke. It makes complete sense to do that. If you plant in the harbor smoke at a cove right here, and he decides to run through here, plant default just because. This happens at all ranks, even Radiant. Crazy. Plant here. It makes the most amount of sense to plant here, actually, because you have sight lines from the short angle, sight lines from the back lane, sight lines from CT. Makes it incredibly difficult and awkward to be able to defuse it. This is probably the best plant in the whole site. Planting it here, default, is a safe plant. People who don't know where the enemy's coming from or if there's a threat. But you very clearly see in this moment that we know the last person is there. We know this. And there's no sense in Cypher looking at his crosshair right now. He should be looking at the mini-map. He's in a covered cove. He's good. So he should be able to be like, one thing leads to another, I'm planting this spot. And because you plant in default in this situation, once TENZ dies, you now wrap around and you don't have the plant for yourself. I want to remind everyone, we're playing a Radiant lobby. This mistake happens all ranks.
4, 5.
So you're forced out into this awkward fight.
Oh my god, no.
Do you want free coaching? Well, now you can. My coaching is absolutely free at my Discord. Here you'll find an inclusive community full of awesome people wanting to improve just like you. Simply join, submit a VOD following our submission guidelines, and voila, you're in the queue. But how am I making this possible? Well, that's thanks to the generous Patreon supporters just like you. Tier 3 Patreon supporters get access to exclusive 10-mans, pro VOD reviews, and a private draw for coaching on top of increased odds for the main draw of coaching. What are you waiting for? Join up today. Based on what we know with Sound, with Yoru being here, with all the trips being set up, with the push through B main, you're starting to see that it has to be towards A. This is why map control is so key. A lot of maps in general. You'll see opportunities where if you look at the minimap, you can see he's constantly checking. There's no sense to not be looking in this moment to read the scenario. We know the threat is here, all the way up to here. We also know the threat could be up to here. You can see the limited amount of space that they're playing from now, and it's easy to be able to position yourself ahead of time. So he's actively collecting information on the minimap. He should be taking his gun out at this point, and he should be pre-aiming this area here. Boom, pre-aiming that spot, there's an enemy. See, it's very simple to be able to read the map and just be able to be like, okay, well, my Cypher's all the way here, so percentage-wise, good chance they're here, good chance they're all the way up here. This is how you know where the threat's coming from. So this is really important for anyone, really at any real rank here. Just being able to watch what he's doing in this moment while he's rotating around. He's collecting information. He's like, okay, my first threat is going to be back halls here. Guns out, I'm ready to go, and there we go. Easy kill. This was too much. This was TENZ going into ranked mode. 4v3 situation, he knows that this whole area is a threat because you can see it on the minimap. He overswings this, and it's a fight that you don't need to take. If he was in VCT here and there was money on the line, he would hold CT in this situation. He'd take the fight, he'd hold CT, peek in and out, and wait for his teammates to rotate with him. Reason why I often say, don't watch pro VODs for kind of stuff like this. They do these kinds of things to generate clips, to make people go, you know, the people who don't understand what's going on, go, ooh, TENZ is amazing, what a great fragger, right? Did not need to make this play at all. This Yoru ult's fantastic because we can clear out. Yeah, we confirm here. The ult comes down, and the reason he wants to throw the ult out here is to slow down their aggression to A. Didn't work here, he moved too far. He actually shouldn't have done this at this point, because like, he doesn't have backhauls control. This teammate. I don't even know why he's crosshair placing here at all. This is probably just lack of map knowledge.
Yeah,
it's a little strange that he's even doing this. Like, he should be looking towards. He sees everyone on the mini-map right now, so he knows this whole area is safe. This is the only angle, the only line that he has is a threat. So his crosshair placement, if he's going into the site, should have been there. I think he kind of looked at it, but he didn't really take it in.
Elbow. I didn't realize I was exposed right there.
Yeah, he literally admits it. I didn't realize I was exposed there. So that was a map knowledge thing.
I did not realize I was exposed right there.
Yeah, literally. That's that's actually really good, right? Being able to have a lot of people would be like, oh, you know, Sage, why didn't you cover me? You know what I mean? Like, let's find someone else to blame. A pro player is gonna be like, that was on me, and this is what I learned from that moment. Honestly, I think this is why TENZ is so good, because he's able to just assess and check himself and admit when he's own wrongs. He doesn't ever deflect. I've never heard this guy deflect once. Like, never puts blame on someone else for the reason why he's losing. I literally never hear that. So they're gonna challenge for mid space here, which is great. This is an eco play. Two most common plays on eco are aggression and stacks. Where have they been going this entire half? They've been trying to take mid control. So right here, we all have sheriffs. We're all moving forward right now. This is going to guarantee close range fights. So this play right here makes complete sense to me. The sheriff, you want close range fights, you want to even out the odds. If you're fighting the Vandal long range, there's literally no chance you're going to be able to win those fights. Good prediction on that, off the flash. For Omen players, you need to be very careful of that. Like, if you're telegraphing a push, the flash just makes it so easy for people to crosshair place if you're not covering everything. Alright, 1v1 scenario. This is winnable. Oh, he had a chance. He had a small chance. He could have maybe tracked him through the wall there. With the heal, the Reina heal. Oh, this is so winnable. Check the one. Oh, nice job. Nice job. See, here's the thing, right? The chances of them winning on an eco round are significantly low. But if you make plays like that, that give you a chance to put yourself in the driver's seat or a chance to be able to win, a lot of magical things can happen. I think you're starting to realize the power of controlling mid and fighting for the space. The problem I have with this one now is their financial situation. We need to be careful about close range fights now. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Ooh. So much balls. Oh my god. I would just be pooping my pants right now being here. Oh. Oh my god.
Angle, kind of.
Yeah.
The spike's down right there.
Oh man. There's so much anxiety right now. Why is he doing this? Why? My ass cheeks were clenched so hard there.
Oh wait, yeah, they can come from.
So literally, this is what I was drawing up at the beginning, right? There's just no need to do this. This is just like him having fun right now. Especially a play like this. 3v4, I get it, but you still technically have an advantage. Still technically have an advantage with just finances alone. And now we're just giving up guns, so it's kind of like a trade-off here. I think you play traditional and not play for mid control here on this round, and then the following round you play for mid control again, because then they're going to be in a financial situation where it makes sense to do that. Okay, so here's what he's probably thinking. He's got time right now. He could get, potentially, I think, into a position here. I think he could do that. But with a 3v5, he knows he needs some multi-frag in order to make this work. So he's probably going to be playing a one-and-done Roddy angle, making a full commitment. So if we remember back in the positioning seminar, this is the moment where trigger discipline is great. He will take his time, right? Because there's no risk. He's in a losing scenario right now. They're going to win this. So taking his time, he probably won't shoot the first one. He will probably play in an angle where he can potentially not be cleared, because they're going to assume with 2 kills that the A site's clear. So if he hides himself in some sort of corner or something ratty, he's going to try to get here. If he can get into the corner, yes.
One up for sure.
Oh, it's almost like I played this game before. So now what he's going to do is he's going to hope that nobody clears him, which there's a good chance they won't. So he probably won't shoot the first one here if he walks by.
Yeah, one up A.
Okay, he's going for it now.
Put up lane here. They won't.
I vault after one.
Okay, they're not going to expect him here. Oh, he had it all lined up. He just whiffed. Darn it. That would have been great.
34,
but you can see how, like, the mindset here. You look at the number situation, you say, okay, we're in a losing scenario. Let's see if I can get somewhere ratty. You hide in that corner. You basically say to yourself, okay, hopefully they don't clear it. I'm going to take my time. If they don't clear it, because I can put the risk here. The value versus the risk versus reward is not, you know, not in your favor for the value, right? So you putting yourself in that corner, they walk by, you can catch them. If they clear you and kill you, it's no big deal, you're supposed to lose anyway. right? So you have to make a gamble at that point. Knowing that 2 people died off A, they're probably not expecting a 3rd one to be there, especially in ranked. This doesn't happen. Oh. Why did he die here so fast, guys? What do you think?
Is it just a common place for Crosshair to be?
Yep, it is. But there's also another tell here. Right there.
The raised jump peak?
Yeah, so naturally the crosshair placement's going to be tight to this wall, so they're ready for it. So the raise actually causes the problem here with the jump peak, because they know that there's someone there. So now it's like, oh, I run into the line of sight. He's like confused, why did that happen? And really it comes down to, again, I talk about this all the time, the path to victory is through the eyes of the opponent. So if you're doing your own VOD review and you're like questioning why you died, look for things like that. Put yourself in the shoes of the enemy and ask yourself, why was that so easy for them? I want to further emphasize for our controller players, I talk about this a lot, he sets up the round. He tells exactly where his utility is going, so there's no confusion. Everyone knows how to play around it. And the reason why we do this, guys, is that we want, first of all, no confusion, and we also want feedback. You're thinking about doing a certain wall a certain way, you call it out, and if someone says, no, can you throw it this way? Now everyone's on the same page.
I'll wall like this and this.
There's no confusion. He does this all the time. Every controller at a high level is going to announce exactly where the smokes are going. For example, if I'm going to play this smoke and I throw this smoke, it forces this fight for all of us. The point being is that these smokes really are not something you'll see quite frequently. When you throw it, a lot of people will be like, why are you throwing these smokes? You're throwing. That's because you haven't told people you're going to do it. Now, if you told people you're going to do it at the beginning of the round and no one has any objection, that's now on them. At the beginning of the round, guys, how do you feel about me throwing a smoke here and here? And we path through lane to fight through B. And if no one says anything, that's now on them. They cannot complain afterwards. If they do complain, you simply just mute them. This is definitely a stack, 100%. So they're all gonna be really close to these walls. I would expect that Fade might die in a second because there's probably someone on the other side.
Wait, give me plant, give me plant, give me plant, give me plant.
This is high threat for the Fade.
In spawn smoke. Spawn smoke to the...
This is an easy game to predict. The Fade needs to be further back in that situation. I see this a lot, guys. Like, think about the positioning that you're choosing. Think about a situation. You look at the money at the beginning of the round, you're like, what fights do I want to take? Do I want to take close range, medium, long range? What makes the most amount of sense here? He put himself in a spot where he cannot escape. He put himself in a spot where he's against a wall. He put himself in a spot where there's guaranteed to be a close range fight. Why are you giving them a chance? Fall back. You can just play right back here and you're fine. Right? You play back there, you're good, no problem. Just think about distancing. I want to space myself out. It's like, I use boxing as an analogy all the time. If you're a tall guy and you're fighting against a short fighter, you don't want to be right next to him because you're giving him a chance to hit you. You want to use your natural length, right? So keep him at a distance, jab away, fall back. Don't let him close the distance on you. It's no different here. If you're playing against a sheriff, you're playing against shotguns, don't close the distance on them. Stay distanced. Stay far away. Consider your pathings.
That's what's A-lane. Nice save.
Playing anti, he's gonna flash there.
By the way, if you play anti in low rank, they're just gonna walk to the wall and shoot you in the head. So don't do what TENZ did. I always say keep the game super simple in low rank.